Yo, Tube, what it do, man? Hey, I'm back with a new job. So I'm really happy about this. You can see I got a collar shirt on. Look, I got to dress business casual now. And I put that on, you feel me? I mean, it might not look the best in the car, but I'm telling you, you see the whole fit? Hey, it's up. It's up. We up now. So this is my first step on the road to Japan, bro. Had to get a new job. Had to do some new stuff. But that's not what we're about to talk about today. I'm about to give you a story time. I've said this story to the camera so many times, but you know what? I have to make sure that I get the point across better than I'm getting the point across. I just feel like sometimes I be yapping. So let's get to it, bro. Number one, this one is gonna be another story time about clubs in Tokyo, nightlife in Tokyo, and what they call the gaijin hunter. I need y'all to understand that, bro, gaijin hunters are not just people who like different races. I need you to understand that it comes with a certain intent, you know? How can I explain it? It's like this, bro. Just because you like anime doesn't mean you only date Japanese girls or date Asian girls. You know, just because you like boba tea, the Nissan Altima activity. The Nissan Altima activities going on out here today. But yeah, just because you like, you know, that kind of thing doesn't mean you only like Asian girls. You know, you can like ramen and boba tea and not have to deal with only Asian girls. So when you go to another country, just because they like Western media or black media doesn't necessarily mean that they only date black dudes. It just means that it's an interest. Now, would they be more likely to be interested in you? Absolutely. Yes, they will. However, I don't think that if they like what you like as an outsider, that means they only there for you. However, what makes a gaijin hunter is the predatory nature of them. For example, I met a girl named Aaliyah on the dating apps, on Bumble. When I was there last year, I met a girl named Aaliyah. And I thought, wow, this is an interesting name. Who would name their kid Aaliyah, you know? I was thinking about that. Like, is her name really Aaliyah? You know? Obviously, this is an alias. Her real name is not Aaliyah, but when I looked at her her Instagram profile, she had books like by Michelle Obama. She likes, you know, R&B. So I said, oh, okay. She likes black culture, but she doesn't dress like she likes black culture. She just kind of dresses the way that a Japanese girl would dress, which is completely fine. And there are a lot of examples of this. Japanese women can like you without necessarily liking Japanese media. Japanese women can like you and still be Japanese. They are not going to have to appeal to you just because they like black culture. That's just what it is. So anyway, you know, we was chatting. Again, we exchanged Instagrams. And the first thing she did was invite me to a club. You know, the convo's going well, in my opinion. She was like, hey, you know, like, why don't we go to a club? You know, the clubs are lame, but like, why don't we go to one and, you know, hang out? And I thought to myself, like, bro, this is a red flag, bro. This is 100% a red flag. I want you to understand. You remember Madden when they had the vision? My vision is like this. It's like Tom Brady. I see the whole field. I see the play developing. I just felt like, why would we go to a club? I want to see you in the light. I want to see you in person. She wasn't really down to do that. But I agreed to go to this new place because, hey, it's a new place for me, right? Anyway, I end up cutting my hair by myself, and I didn't have the proper stuff to sanitize my clippers. So what happens? That cut gets infected. I got to go to the doctor now. And so I didn't want to go out because I had this big old cut on my face, bro. It turned into a bump. I was like, no. It looked like I had herpes. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I can't go out like that. I could not go out like that, bro. So I was just like, whatever. I'm not doing it. So I canceled, and, you know, it took about a week to recover after I got some, like, meds and stuff like that. It took about a week to recover. After I recovered, you know, I was down to go back outside, you know, but she seemed like she was going to be busy. So what ended up happening was we didn't link. So I ended up just going to a club by myself then. I was like, F it, I'm going to just go to a club by myself. And, you know, we're going to see how it goes from there. So that's exactly what I did. Now, I get to this club, and to my surprise, somebody there looks familiar. And I'm like, where's this girl from? Where do I know her from? I was trying to think so hard where I knew this girl from. Oh, that's right. I know her from Bumble. And I saw her, and she was with a girl and a black dude. The black dude was holding the jackets and stuff like that. And he separated from the girl and her friend. And it looked like he might have been going to check the jackets. Because that's what you do in Japan. They always have lockers in the clubs where you can put your stuff just in case it gets too hot. So I think he went to go check the jackets because he just left them. And then, later on I saw he came back. So I saw her at the bar. I said, hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. I think I know you from somewhere. She was like, really? And then we found out, yes, we do know each other from Bumble. She's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Yada, yada, yada. Exchanging basic pleasantries. You feel me? The dude comes. I dap dude up. Hey, what's up, bro? My name is Josh. Blah, blah, blah. Where you from? He was like, oh, hey, man, look, I'm from Chicago. He had on like a red polo, and it was just like a red polo. He had like that U-shaped hairline. I was just like, man, bro don't look like he get no girls, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he don't look like he get no hugs. He don't get no hugs. He just don't look like that guy, bro. Whereas me, I look like, hey, I might be able to pull something sometime, But him, he didn't look like that. And that was okay. Hey, you into what you into. If she matched with him and matched with me, I just said, hey, I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder, bro. I'm not really out here judging dudes for going on dates with girls. I don't really care. I just don't really care. So anyway, after that, we dance a little. The girl says, hey, could you buy me a drink?
What?
I said, could you buy me a drink? She said, nah, I can't do that. And I was just like, well, then, nah, I can't buy you a drink. Why would I buy you a drink? Why don't you ask the dude that you came with? Like, that was my whole philosophy. Like, hey, just ask the guy that you came with.
Please report it ahead.
Just ask the guy that you came with. So she went and asked him. And then he comes back to me. Hey, look, bro, how about this? How about I buy the drinks and I say that you bought the drinks so we can make it a two-man play? I said, absolutely not, bruh. I'm sorry, but that play is not going to work against this coverage. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not about to shoot 30% from three. It's a bad shot, highly contested. I have no business shooting that shot. I'm not getting nowhere with this. So I said, nah, bro, it's great. You got it. You want to do it? You got it, bro. I promise. You got it. It's cool. I came here dolo. I'm probably leaving dolo, so it's cool. You got it, bro. Then I went off and I started dancing by myself, and then boom, Aaliyah pops back up. This time, she's asking me again for another drink. I said no. She was like, okay, well, she saw me dancing in the circle, whatever, started dancing with me type. Then again, asking for a drink. Again, I said, nah, I mean, you cool, but like, I'm not buying you no drink. She was like, come on. And then she starts patting my manhood. And it's just like this, like, she's just like patting it. And I'm just like, yo, what's going on? Like, why are you doing this? And it seemed like she was whiny and drunk. That's what it seemed like. Just being whiny, just being drunk. And I'm just like, bro, I'm not falling for the pouty anime girl stuff. Because, she's poking her lip out and whining, trying to be all like, no, bro, I don't care. I don't care. I'm cold-blooded. I got that dog in me. I said no. And I ain't doing it. It is what it is. And I ain't going back on that. So, anyway, we, you know what I'm saying? We parted ways, after she was doing that. Because a black girl came over from America, by the way. I think she was from like North Carolina, light skin. She dyed her hair blonde. It was curly. She seemed like Puerto Rican or something. But she saw the whole situation and she's like, stop, go away. Which is funny. And she was like, yeah, I saw that happening. And I'm sorry that happened to you. We got to stick by each other. I was like, hey, man, I fuck with you. For real. Like, that was cool. I wasn't expecting no girl to intervene. But the girl intervened. So I was like, hey, that's cool. So I tried to get to know her, But her friend came over blocking, and that pretty much went down the drain, like real quick. So I wasn't sweating it, bro. I was not sweating it. I'm just like, hey, maybe today isn't my day. Again, shooter's gonna shoot. But that was a good shot. That was a good shot, but, her friend got Hall of Fame blocking. Her friend like Mutombo, just straight to the rim. No, no, no. I don't know why her friend was acting like that. It is what it is. But anyway, obviously, I walk around because these places are like multi-levels. I come back down, I see Aaliyah grinding on another black dude, bro. And then I see the dude from Chicago sitting there watching. I was like, yo, this is crazy. My boy is getting cooked right now. He really wanted this two-man. But he shoots 30% from the field, and he tried to take that shot. He has no business taking that shot. But he wanted the two-man. Now he's getting accidentally cucked by this girl, bro. She took his money, she bought a drink, she got drunk, she started dancing with other dudes. I say, hey, man, you straight? He was like, man, F this girl, bro. I didn't come here and pay for me, her, and her friend to get in the club, and then I paid for our coat check and drinks just so she could dance with other dudes. I was like, yo, he got slimed out. Bro got slimed out. I kind of felt bad, but at the same time, game is game. You should have known this. I tried to say from the beginning when I didn't want to buy drinks, I had the vision. I saw the play developing, and I thought it would develop just like this. So after that, I was like, man, I hope he learned a lesson from it. I hope he learns how to read the defense next time before he throws that pass. I hope he understands what's a good shot and what's not a good shot next time before he shoots that shot. So that was the end of that night. That was the end of me seeing Aaliyah that night. Fast forward, I think it was like another week. I met these dudes. We were hooping. They was like from South America, Peru. And they was like, yo, look, let's go and do salsa dancing or something, like bachata or something. I was like, okay, cool. I do that back in the States. I be dancing. You feel me? I rock with it. So we went and did that. And there I met a Filipina. She was like 40. Face was very mid. Body was on point, though. The body was so tight. Woo! The body was nice. And I met a black chick from Georgia, where I'm from. So after we finished bachata dancing, my friends, they're going to go somewhere. And then I was trying to figure out, what is my next play? I didn't know what my next play was. So my next play ended up being going to an Afrobeats club. And I walk into this Afrobeats club, and guess who I see again? That's right. I saw Aaliyah, but this time she wasn't with a friend. This time she was just with a black dude. And I thought, oh, wow, another victim. She's running. It seems like she might be running like some type of exotic blitz. They can't read the coverage. Bro, I'm trying to get over it. You got to let me get over it, dog. But yeah, these dudes can't read the coverage. They don't understand the play that she's running. They don't understand the plays that she's running, bro. They don't. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe we need to go to a quarterback camp. Maybe we need to have a training camp, a combine or something. You have to understand the game before you get on the field. You got to understand. You got to do your film study. He didn't do no film study. And this dude didn't look like he didn't get girls. He looked like he could possibly get girls. He had that YN aesthetic, bro. It was a YN aesthetic this time. It wasn't no U-shaped hairline aesthetic this time. It was the YN aesthetic. So I say what's up to her. And then she says, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then she just like left immediately. And she grabbed they was holding hands. She grabbed his hand. They just left. I was like, man, I've seen this play before. She did it again with another dude. And also, what was interesting was that this club had like 4 or 5 girls that would stay there all night, and they'd be trying to make the party live, cause bro, you go to these things, it's always a sausage fest. You go to a Latin club, you go to a hip hop club, you go to a African club, it's always gonna be a sausage fest, bro. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. It's gonna be a sausage fest. They put girls up on stage and record those girls on stage and then make it seem like the party was fire. No, that was just her dancing on stage with nobody. That's what it was. They'll be dancing on stage with nobody. And I'm going to give y'all some footage because I was really in the field. You got to use this as film study. I was really in the field, and I saw it happen. I saw the plays develop. At this Afrobeats club, the girls who were dancing left for a second, and it was like dry for a little bit. Then they came back, and they danced on stage in like little bikinis, you know? And honestly, it's not the same as America, bro. It's not the same. Like the volume is not the same. The volume is different. The weight class is different. There's a different weight class. There's a different bounce to it. There's a different wobble to it. You know? When girls in America throw it, there's impact. When the girls in America throw it. When they're throwing it, there's not much impact. And that's okay. They pretty, but the impact isn't there, you know? You want to have some reverb. You want to have that reverb. There's no reverb. Less impact. It's so funny. So, yeah, I say that to say, hey, man, watch out for it, bro. Because that's the dark side of it. It's like dudes go there and get played. They go there and get ripped off. I can't believe these dudes are going there, can't see the field, don't understand the game. They go there and get ripped off. And I almost did too. Luckily, I got a cut on my lip. So maybe that was a blessing in disguise because I would have been mad. However, I already know that I'm not a bad looking dude. So I would have literally, quite literally, just been able to get another girl that night. Like, it wouldn't have been no big deal. But for these guys, it didn't seem like they was going to be getting other girls that night. So, man, let this be a cautionary tale. The dark side of dating in Japan, bro. Be careful where you go. Don't meet at a club for the first time. Don't do that. Please, man. Please do not do that. Because I seen that happen. You're going to get your pockets ran. That's what they trying to do. I don't know if this girl was making commission. I don't know what she was doing. Maybe she was a hostess. I literally don't know. Never talked to her again. After I saw her at the club, she unfollowed me on Instagram. So I really don't know what her game was. I never found out. But I saw the plays develop. I understand the game. I understand where to throw that pass. I know where the holes in the coverage are, bro. I'm not getting intercepted. I'm not going to be there getting accidentally cucked. I'm not doing that. And y'all need to have that game about you before you go. I'm telling you, don't put these Japanese girls on a pedestal. A lot of people do that. Think they're morally superior. They're not. They're regular people just like me and you. And you got to treat them like regular people. Everybody don't have good character, just like in the States. Attractive is going to be attractive, just like in the States. You think that passport is going to save you? You think you're going to go over there and get you a waifu? Think again. You better improve yourself. I hope you're going to the gym. They like six packs too. They like lean muscle too. I'm just saying. They like tall dudes too. But it's easier to be tall over there because the average girl is 5'1". So it's easier to be tall over there. But they all like it, bro. So, hey, I'm telling you, y'all boys better get on it. But I'll holler at y'all next time, man. See you.